Hey everybody, I'm Crow. Welcome back to Faster Than Light. We're missing 2 points towards weapon control, and the rest is pretty much up on the fence. Could upgrade this too, I guess. Enemy weapon charge has always been pretty useful. I tend to not use the piloting system, even though it's cheap, just because I always have someone in here. But I could see that being useful, especially if they mind control Mr. Booga. Mr. Booga's a legend. Can we get there pretty much any way we want? Yup, okay. We just have to move in this direction. We're totally free. Unfortunately not as slowed, but we'll be able to do lots of stuff here. It's worrying that the rebels have penetrated so deep in uncharted space, even if it is only an unmanned craft. We can have all of our weapons online now. And all we lose is one part of our engines. Or 1 point, rather. Haven't actually had a use for the oxygen. It's pretty cool that I haven't had the need to use this, considering it's not too optimally set up for this ship anyway. But since we do have everything... small missile, ion... Ah, they have drones. We'll see. That missile will hit and it hit the weapon, so we lost the breach too. Well, that tells me that I need to drop this on the shields. And now that that's done, we can drop this here. Yeah, I was kind of expecting a miss. Let's drop another one on the shields. They also got a miss, though. Teleporting bomb will go off beforehand. Take that out. And now they're sitting ducks, and I think that other missile just missed too. Should have probably turned the defense drone on. Put the power back into that. And actually, there's not really much of a reason to do anything other than use the heavy laser. That'd basically just be wasting resources. Or potentially wasting resources, since I'm pretty sure we had 24 missiles before we used that. Aww. They fixed it for one shield. And, it cost one. No problem, though. The ship explodes. 50 scraps. Sweet. And we can even cut across here. A heavily damaged Federation ship is hiding in the nebula at this beacon. Before you have time to make contact, they fade into the nebula. You lock onto their life signs. You beam the Federation crew on board. One gladly joins your crew. The rest wait to be dropped off. 55 scrap and a mannin. I know what you're doing. We now have all of the stations filled. And you're a good repairman. Nicola, you took damage. I don't like it when you're damaged. So, we blasted you back up to full. And we send you off. They're not even, like, look at the line, it's barely getting there. Let's come over here next. Ion. A rock-armored transport nearby looks to have lost its bearings, but when you hail, they grow suspicious. Whatever life form you are, we find you repugnant. We seek no aid. Leave now. Rock crew member offer to lead them out of the nebula. The Rock grudgingly transfer control of their hem to you, and you steer them to a thinner part of the nebula. They're not sure what to think, but they transfer over some supplies all the same. 68? I don't know if we could have got stuff that good if we'd actually killed them. And we are pretty free on our win condition now since we didn't get that other achievement. An Engi cargo vessel hails. Propose mutually beneficial exchange of properties. That smells like a bargain. We are full in the crew department, so there's nothing to look at there. Pegasus missile, heal bomb, burst laser. Honestly, we have 2 4-cost weapons. I don't really see a need to get that. Pick up more fuel because we can. Glaive beam and the Vulcan. I'm excited to see how these work together. Fix all? I heard it's kind of good to leave a little bit here in case you get some repair stuff for free, so maybe we'll hold on to the scrap, actually. What can we do on our ship, though? Dang, we could almost get both of these. Should we, though? Probably. I mean, I don't really see what else we'd dump stuff into. So let's put one more point here. And then actually, I think we need a couple more points of power. We have time. We don't need to get this all running right away anyway. Let's do that. And I think I want sensors upgraded. I realize we're in a nebula, so we're not going to get immediate use out of that, but I like sensors. And if Narth has to leave this room to fight boarders or whatever, then I still want to be able to see the inside of their ship. So now that we're out of Ion Storm, we can fully power this stuff, fully power the engine, and have 1 point left over for teleporter. Perfect. We can't jump straight to there. Jump here and then go across and then move over, maybe. This is actually a really good nebula because there's no real spaces outside of it. You arrive in the nebula and immediately receive a message from an unknown source. Prepare to be boarded. Okay. Oh, so you're in there? Okay. You guys, boarded a Mantis ship? I see. How unfortunate. And now you guys can go over here. And Mr. Booga was injured in epic combat. Let me take this point out of here and drop it in there. Speed it. Should probably upgrade the medbay again. Before the run's done. Before the run is done, anyway. Get more power for this stuff. Just so that we can have more. Alright, back to our stations. I think that's kind of important. Jump to over here. We'll see how much we can get out of this. Your ship emerges quite far from the beacon. You see a rebel ship waiting, undoubtedly stationed to look for you. You attack them. Only we can see inside. This is an enemy combat drone. And it might be an enemy combat drone too because of the way these things kind of curl out. They do have a defense drone of some kind. An enemy anti-combat drone. Well, we don't have any combat drones. Which means they have the laser beam thing that shoots us. And a single shot and a missile. So I think we're going to drop this in there. And then probably drop this on the shields. Because that should take out 2 layers, since it'll hit 3. Oh, thank God it missed. So, that disabled their missiles, which is what I wanted. This will disable their shields, for the most part. Let's see if we can get another hit in. We could. How many people are on their crew, actually? They don't have a medbay. They don't have a medbay, we're going to try and take them then. We'll see what's going on. All we need is their weapons disabled. Wow, these people were like completely... Oh, and there's a fire in there. Yep, there they come. Wow, were they like all in there? Sem is now completely upgraded as well. They just shot a missile. That means that's fixed. -0. Ion Blast Mark II. You find a weapon system on their ship. With no crew to stop you, you can install it on your own. Only 26 scrap, though. I realize we could sell the, Ion, which we probably end up will. We will probably end up doing. Because we've already got a full assortment of things. There's no room for an Ion in here. We have 1 less weapon. Not that we would really need another one anyway. 2 teleporting bombs with this, sometimes not using missiles thing. This is pretty cool. If I'd gotten that missile thing and teleporting bombs on the rock ship instead of the ones that can be stopped by, drones, that could have been pretty sweet. Maybe that's how we'll have to play that next run. Because we are eventually, like, if we're going to get that Crystal Cruiser, we're going to have to run with the rock ship again. And that also gets us the stealth ship, I believe. So we can't go to that one. We can go to this one, though. Thankfully, the rest of them are all clumped up near the end. Purchase an unknown weapon for 45 scrap. A black market weapons trader spins you a tale of the dangers of the nebula before pushing his wares. A halberd beam. And theirs is single shots each. I don't see a medbay on your ship, good sir. I think this means that my first course of action should be to teleport right here. And we'll decide the rest from there. Oh, are you Mantis? Well, I mean, we're gold fighters, so we should still win, but I actually didn't expect that. I don't want you getting through me with this, just in case both of those hit, so we will drop a breach since we have time. I have to be really careful here, because if they... Yep. Okay, you're getting out of here. You would lose that fight. You would lose that fight as well. So come into here, and we're going to teleport you out. They have a pretty big crew. I don't know why I can't talk right now. It's pretty buff. So, we will... Yeah, I guess we could try and get another one of these out. No, the halberd beam's not working, right? That's the only threat. If these both hit and the halberd beam goes off, they can do damage. Otherwise, not really much they can do. We can take these out, put them back in there. In fact, I think I'd like to put one in here so this doesn't take 20 seconds there and back. Boop. And they are both gold Mantis fighters, so I don't think there's any way in hell they could stop us. And did. Wow, they had 5 members on their crew? They had 6. Yeah, okay, I was like, is there a clone bay? Am I just stupid and I missed it? With the crew dead, you're able to take the fuel out of storage. And quite a hefty bit of scrap. Which is the best part. 1, 2, 1, 2. And as they heal up, we could get this last point. Or more power. Let's just get the last point. We'll work on more power next. And then whenever we have a good amount of power to man this stuff, we'll start easing into the rest of this stuff. We are still in Sector 6. We've got maxed out weapons. And the best part is, because we're not using the heavy artillery stuff yet, that means our system can take 2 damage before we lose a weapon system. Probably better to move these around, actually. That way, if something breaks, the worst bomb breaks first. This one just goes off faster, so it's more of a... We have more time to react. 1, 2. 1, 2. Or rather, they have less time to react. You cross paths with an advanced sort of scout of the rebel fleet, searching this section of the nebula for your ship. Oh! Oh, burst laser 2, a single shot laser. That's like a Pegasus or whatever. We need to make that not happen. But we can't go over there because it's automatic. Well, if the boarding power is useless, let's put that into there. Oh, please don't tell me this thing can fire before me. It can, and we even disabled it. Miss! Ooh, it actually missed. Breach 2, go on shields. Fire the shields. Perfect. Shields are mostly disabled. I imagine, even though they're shooting 4 times, at least... If at least one of those misses, they can't do any damage. So they should be pretty shot. Let's see if we lose one. Yeah, we lost one. Wow, they had quite the weapon system. They can still fire that little single shot. Take it away. I should have fired this here. I don't know what I'm doing. Well, if the first one hits, the second one will definitely hit. I need to remember once the shields are down. Like, they don't have a repair crew. It's automatic repairs, so... The ship explodes. 61 scrap. Nice. Loads of power. We can keep whatever we want over here. Let's just keep that fully powered up, and we've got an extra one to throw around, so we only need to take 2 out of something if we want to have the defense drone up. This was a really well-structured nebula. As you wait for the FTL charge, you half expect something to come out and attack you, but it doesn't. And you kind of wish it did. There's nothing here? Navigating the fog blind, you practically bump hulls with a Mantis ship. They hail you. Pah! This transgression will be overlooked. Nebula very dangerous. Next time, humans all die. We actually have humans. Good on ya. There won't be a next time. The 4-charge laser and 2 teleporting bombs. Okay, so I think that means that we need to teleport our bombs over there first. And that means there's no reason for this laser to fire just yet. The defense drone can't stop this. And they do have a clone bay. And they did teleport here. Why did you teleport here? This is a fight that they will win because Mr. Booga has little combat experience. So what we need to do is get you ready. Mr. Booga, are you actually winning? Mr. Booga's a hero! Oh my god, Mr. Booga. All you're good at is being a pilot. I don't even... You're such an inspiration to us all. You take over as pilot for a little while. We're gonna give Mr. Booga some good old healing. They don't have any other win condition other than teleporting people over. They do have a clone base, so they can keep doing that, though. So I'm going to say the first one should probably go onto the clone bay. And with that destroyed, we should probably drop one back on the weapons. Which did in fact vent that out, and everybody will go back to their positions, and we'll take that point out of there to back in there. And now we will drop this in here. Or them in here, rather. You are not allowed to fix this. And we'll breach your ship over and over and over again to stop you. Dead and dead. With a clone bay destroyed. You're on my ship? Okay. Why don't you go help him? I don't think we need to breach anymore. Do you see how many, like, bombs we threw over here and we still have 23? I love that. Swarm missiles? What's swarm missiles? You find a weapon system on their ship. With no crew to stop you, you can install it. That sounds cool. Oh my god, should we just use more missiles? The heavy lasers are becoming less useful as they get more and more shields. I mean, I guess we could just drop these on the shields and they're still very useful. But at the same time... What the hell is a swarm missiles? If given time to prepare, the swarm launcher can replicate multiple warheads. Power 2, charge time 7 seconds. It's a charging missile? Requires missile. 1 shot per charge. Max charge is 3. Normal damage 1. Shield piercing 5. Currently in cargo. Drag to an available... Replicate? So is this just something that can charge 3 and shoot them at the same time? I mean, that could still be very useful, even if it takes 21 seconds. Only requires 2 power. That would give us even more of a shield on this if our weapons get hit. I want to see what this does. We'll put this back if this doesn't work out too well. I realize that all missiles might be a problem here because heavy laser is pretty good, but I want to see what the swarm missiles does. Weapons testing. You can go in here now. Way to be Martin, Martin. Oh my god, that thing looks cool. This thing looks cool. If only it stored them on jumps. I wonder if you have pre-weapon igniters, does it come in with all 3 of these charged? Activate your advanced weapons threateningly. A pirate ship arrives shortly after you. Judging from the fact that it attempted to avoid your ship, you assume that it's a smuggler trying to stay away from the beacons. Is this supposed to get us more of a reward, or should we just kill them? Let's see what this does. They hail you. There's no need for aggression. Perhaps this would convince you to look the other way? 52 scrap, 2 fuel. I wonder if we would get more scrap if we killed them. You know, we used the blue option. We're gonna take the bribe for reasons of blue option. Let's see, what else can we do here now? It's only 60 to fully upgrade that. We could do our doors again, I guess. There's not really much of a reason for that, though. Let's put a point into oxygen. If we were to use stuff... I mean, more points could let us use the drone stuff more easily and prepare us for weapons, so I guess... I forgot we already bought this. Maybe we should just max out our power now. And we don't even need these extra ones. That's spiffy. Now let's keep these out. We have enough for the defense drone if we need it. What was the next sector? I actually kind of hope it's a nebula now. Oh right, this is 6. We have an option. Engi controlled? Rock Homeworlds. Rock Homeworlds is hostile, and I was told that hostile worlds have more encounters, which means we'll get more scrap. Rock people are a powerful race. Martin would know all about that. Where do you go? Down here. We have less jumps to do things, but hopefully lots of confrontations. We have weapons, and I want to use them. You receive a message meant to degrade you as aliens. You have expected an attack, but it seems to have come from a small civilian shuttle. They're just mad that we're in the way. Let's jump over here. No real reason to go to the store at this point. Your shields are being taxed as they deflect the debris from an asteroid field. As you weave your way between the rocks, you happen upon a rock pirate stronghold. You register teleport signatures and hear shouts aboard the ship. The Big Burst Laser 3 and the smaller Ion. One border. Okay. Honestly, 2-on-1, it should still win even if he's a rock person. Breach. You guys don't have a drone system, do you? And you don't have a med bay. I question your life choices. I think we're going to drop this here, and we're going to drop this here. So our missiles is going to charge up. I want to fire all 3 at once. First, wow, this thing takes a long time to charge. Right, I thought that only required 1. They must have had extra power. That was 5 shots? Oh, the last one actually missed. But they ioned us. Wow, they ioned us? We're in an asteroid field, and they fired 5 times, and they still didn't get us. That's 3. So now, I kind of want to see what this does. Did that fire more than 3 missiles? I don't know why that looked like more to me. Back to your positions, please. How about you guys go in there and cause them problems? I don't want them fixing those weapon systems. Ooh, they could fight us 4 on, a smaller number than 4, too. Boom! Killed 1, more damage to the rest of them. Are you guys really gonna stay in there and try and put that out? Ah, we missed! Yes! Double team! Honestly, because we have so many missiles, I'm using these kind of carelessly. Oh my god, Swarm 3 can fire again. Let's see how many missiles this consumes. 0? And it fired all 3. That only tried to take 1 missile. Does this only cost 1 missile no matter how many times you shoot it? Because that only tried to tax me 1 time and it said 0. 1, 2, 3. It really is 3 missiles, though. They're single damage instead of double damage, but that might actually do more damage to the crew members as well. I think we're going to have to run into here. Let's drop a small bomb. They'll probably walk into that. Boom! Got... Oh, no, we didn't get him. Oh, now we did. I love that these don't hurt the ship either. There are no remaining life signs. 3 fuel, 49 scrap. A little disappointing in the scrap department. We are, however, doing pretty well, though, so it's not too big of a loss. Why don't you go heal, too? And Nicola, come down here. If only we had that Engi thing and everyone healed. Does that include on their ship? I don't think I did any boarding with that Engi ship. That would be pretty sweet. I doubt it works like that, though. It probably has to be on your ship. Otherwise, that'd be way too overpowered. 75 scrap. This can go back. Or you go to a distress beacon. We're so heavy up on weapons and everything, though. Let's come over here. Maybe if we can get 150, we can buy a stealth system or something. That could be cool. It looks quiet, but you realize your computer is being scanned. A hidden rock vessel hails you. Why do you fill your computer with lies? These are not the holy words. Before you can interject, they open fire. That is the good one that we have. And that's a single shot. They can't hurt us, I don't think. They do have a medbay, though, so that's something to be worried about. It is only too big, though. They don't even have computer systems in there. We can charge these up. Yeah, especially since some of the mess... Let's use a swarm missile. We could potentially get more out of that. Actually, teleporting... No, if we're going to use one, it's better to use the breach. It cost one, so we destroyed that. Let's wait for the other one to get in there, and then we'll swarm missile it. This did cost one. Ooh, it went up and actually hit up there. I should have known since it was a circle. We actually hurt their weapons. What I'm most concerned about next, though, is the medbay, actually. So, I'm going to drop this on the medbay, and then we're going to get ready to teleport over there. We will fight both of these rock people who are wounded. Why, thank you. 135, huh? It's loaded. That might hit them. I don't want to risk this hitting my mantis. We'll shoot it up here. And now they only have the ion. It doesn't actually seem to be too terribly effective against them, though. Is there oxygen in this room? Yeah, there's no lines on it. So now that you guys are in that position, I'm going to have you run up here. You're going to try and run through that way, so we're going to drop a bomb. Which did hurt them, however, I don't think that was enough. We're going to get a lot more missiles in Sector 8, which is one of the reasons I'm using them so carelessly. Drop one right here. Dead. And it's 2-on-1, but I'm not going to risk that, so you're going to run away. And we got him! There are no more life signs remaining on the ship. You get 84 scrap. So you both come in here. Job well done. And you run into the medbay. And we heal up. Oof. Alright then, so... Now that Sem is fully healed, what else can we do with this? We cap out our power. No, actually. Let's see before I forget. Let's go to the store. Can we get cloaking? We can! This is always good for a just in case, and we have the scrap for it. This is your ship's final system slot. Are you sure? Yes. We'll get free repairs in the next area. We have fuel. I'm gonna sell this ion blast so that we have more room for other stuff. Honestly, with our missile setup, come the next sector, we're gonna try and use the Vulcan and the Glaive Beam. I don't think we're gonna get a chance to use this again. I actually kind of like the Swarm, even though it is... actually, no. Actually, I do like it. I think we're gonna get rid of the heavy laser. That extra scrap will let us do more things. So we can immediately upgrade it. In case we need 10 seconds of cloaking for whatever reason. Whenever they fire their super stuff, we'll be all kinds of prepared. I don't really know what else to throw our points into. Did you have... No, you didn't have any drones. Okay, thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you liked it. Later, everybody.